Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. I'm Otaku Mike. If you're new to the channel and you like the content that I create, please consider like, subscribe, comment, and share the video. That helps. We're looking at ZOM 100 Volume 1 Bucket List of the Dead. So let's get into it. So ZOM 100 is published by Viz Media under their Viz signature line, and his story is written by Haro Aso, and art is by Kotaro Takata. I know who Haro Aso is because I've read some of his work before, but I do not know exactly who the artist is. But yeah, let's get into this synopsis. So, ZOM 100 Bucket List of the Dead is about a young man named Akira, and Akira is getting into the workforce. He has just finished college. He's 25, 26 years old, I believe, and he is going into work at this company. He's all excited, and then at the end of the day, he goes out for some drinks, and he has to pull an all-nighter. And after this all-nighter, he kind of gets into this motion of doing a bunch of work, being overworked, being overtired, being tired, working a lot of unpaid overtime, really busting his butt to work at this particular office job. And things are really starting to get to him. You can see it affecting Akira in his manner, the way he acts, seeing the corruption within the job itself, like the particular woman he loves or has a crush on is banging the boss. You know how that is to get ahead. But Akira is just in this endless cycle of not being able to get out of this horrible situation. Then one day, while he's getting ready for work, he gets to go to leave. He finds out that the world has basically ended, and he is now in a zombie apocalypse. So what does he do? He's like, oh man, I am late for work. What am I going to do? And while he's trying to get away from these zombies, a light bulb goes off in his head. And he's like, wait a minute. I don't have to go to work. I don't have to do anything if I don't want to. I am free from the shackles of this horrible job that I have been doing for the past 3 years. And he's like, oh my god, I can do whatever I want. So what does he do? He goes and he makes a bucket list of all the things that he didn't get to do while he had this job. And now he's free to cross things off this bucket list, which is 100 things. And yeah, that's kind of the synopsis of this manga. Without giving too many spoilers away, that's kind of the nutshell of what the story is about. This was a really interesting take on the zombie apocalypse. Just like the back of the book says, it's an exciting zombie tale unlike anything you've never seen before. And I have to say, I have never seen anything like this before. Seeing Akira's thought process of how he goes about dealing with the zombie apocalypse, he's kind of like almost happy-go-lucky-esque. He's not down and out and, sad. He's like, yeah, I'm going to go to the convenience store and drink some beer and get all drunk all day, and do all this other stuff, try to grow a kick-ass beard, but he does not succeed at that, This is a really, really fun book. I like the main character. I like all the characters that he happens to run into. Like, he runs into one of his former college friends, one of his best friends, and he runs into this mysterious girl right here who we find a little bit more about after towards the end of this volume, which I don't want to spoil, which it's really interesting how they weave her into this. And I was like, oh, that's cool. But yeah, this is a fun, gory, violent manga, which I really enjoyed. I liked seeing how um, the mangaka somehow twists all the zombie tropes on their heads and kind of comes out with some new interesting ways to deal with the zombie apocalypse. Like, there's this one part where a particular character you think is going to die and they have to jump across a roof. And he's like, man, I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it. He makes it, but then the way he makes it is pretty funny. Or like when Akira goes to the girl who he has a crush on to see if she's alive, he happens to run into his boss, who happens to be banging said girl who he likes. And he gives his resignation to a fat, naked zombie man, which is really unheard of, to say the least. This manga definitely kept me on my toes and kept me guessing about what exactly is going to happen next. Because you think, hey, this is what's going to happen because it's a zombie apocalypse. We know what zombie apocalypses are all about. So we've seen all the movies, and read all the books, and and the TV shows and all that stuff. This is well worth your time to go check out. This artwork is amazing. I think it's so much fun. I love the expressions on the characters' faces. I love all the crazy zombie action we get ourselves into. I cannot show that part in particular, but here's one part that's pretty funny, where Akira is trying to scale down a fire pole, like a drain, and he ends up running into his neighbor, who he asks him if he wants to get some groceries, and he tries to get him groceries, and things happen after that. It's really funny. I don't want to give too much away, but this is such a fun manga that I highly recommend. I was not actually going to pick this up when I started hearing more and more about it, particularly from the channel Meet the Weeb Family. He actually got me to check this out. I was like, oh, that's cool. It's an interesting take on the zombie apocalypse, which when I was looking at this, I was like, man, I really noticed that name right there. That name. I was like, where did I remember that name from? And I'm like, oh, it's from Hiding Closer, one of my favorite battle shonen manga that nobody talks about, I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. I really like said creator. I'll go check this out. And I really liked it. A lot like Weeb Daddy from Meet the Weeb Family. I related to the whole worker drone aspect of this particular manga, working at an office job, and I was like, oh man, I can really truly relate to Akira having to go in day out, not being appreciated for the work that you put into quote said job or whatever, and feeling stuck sometimes, at some jobs it can be worse than that, but my job's okay, but if you're looking for a fun horror manga, this book is definitely worth checking out. But I do have to say, this does have some adult subject matter in the book, like nudity and some slight scenarios like that. So if you're not comfortable with that, this book probably may not be for you if you're not into seeing nudity here and there. It's not like sexualized nudity. It's just some of the zombies, their tits are out. It's not like overtly sexual, but I definitely recommend this book. It's high on like the intensity of the particular trying to survive the zombie apocalypse, and you get these really intense moments to where you think something's going to happen and it subverts it, and you're like, oh man, that was funny. That was really funny. And you kind of grow to like and enjoy and care about the characters. They're a lot of fun. So yeah, if you're on the fence about this, go check this book out. It's well worth your time. It's so good. I went and bought the next 2 volumes. That's how much I enjoyed this manga. Anyways, guys, I'm Otaku Mike. Let me know what you guys thought of this manga. If you're going to pick it up, if you're going to read it, let me know. What are your thoughts on it? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Let me know down in the comment section down below. And don't forget to subscribe if you're new, if you like the content that I create. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys later. Be safe and have fun. Read some manga.